Hi everybody. The reason I haven't really put out too many court case videos lately is because I've been trying to figure out how to do it, like whether I want to do separate ones for each case or do just one like bundle kind of thing. So I'm gonna try the bundle and go from there. And if you guys like hate it, I'll go back to separate videos for every case. I'm just trying out new things, sort of. Okay. So the first court case I'm following is the sentencing. I don't usually follow sentencing because I'm used to trials and then the sentence after that. But this one, the kid, I say kid because he's probably 20. Um, well, 19, 20. Okay, he was 15 when this occurred, right? And so I guess they had to decide if they were going to charge him as an adult or a minor. But I guess they chose adult. Therefore, he decided or something to already plead guilty to all the charges. So, like I said, the guilt part is over with. We know he did it because he, in essence, confessed, right? So we're on to the sentencing. Okay. Um, they already had victim impact statements for a couple days. I covered all that. Today, I don't know what day we're on because they don't do it like that. But his mother was a witness and also a doctor. And they're still going forth with the theory that his using acne medication was the basis for this whole thing. And actually, the doctor went into a term called depersonalization, which means exactly like it sounds. You take away all the personal things and personal traits of everybody, and you just see them as not even people anymore. And so you're more likely to, I don't know, do something against them, maybe violent. I'm not really sure exactly of all the terminology, but I'm just going from a logical standpoint here. Okay. And then they had, I think, another witness, but it was a very short witness day. And I don't know how long it's going to last because I really don't know how many witnesses they have. They already had a bunch of victims, both of his parents. Um, Now they're putting on doctors. So I would guess they're coming to near the end. I don't know. Okay, on to case two. Paul Canero, um, aka the brother betrayal trial. Now, this is semi interesting, um, but we're on day 17 here. And what was interesting now is okay, so the question in my mind is obviously, is he guilty? Did he actually do it? And what kind of defense are they going to put on to try to defend this man? And who are they going to use, like, quote unquote, use as witnesses for their defense, right? Okay. So a couple days ago, they had on four witnesses for the defense side. And to me, it really didn't move the needle as far as I don't like. I never think 100% someone's guilty or innocent until all the evidence is in. That's why I say alleged. Well, I say alleged to also see way, honestly, but I say alleged all the time. And but the needle in my head hasn't moved to there could possibly be someone else. If anything, it's like I always say, it's like imagine you're building a house and you have the foundation first, and then all the bricks you lay, all the pieces of evidence are like bricks. And the more evidence you have against, the more you're building up like a wall. And, it's kind of hard to topple that wall, right? Okay. So they had on the daughter today, his daughter. And his daughter is pregnant. And at first I didn't know she was pregnant. But now looking at the photos and stuff, you can tell she's pregnant. I mean, some people say visibly, but yeah, I can kind of tell she. But so I kind of feel bad for her in a way that she has to be here when she's in this condition. Not that, I guess it depends on where you are in the pregnancy, but at a certain point, you can't have that much stress. So it's got to be odd. Okay. Now, going on to the part I like, which is body language and stuff like that. Okay. Her speech pattern, she seems very flippant to me and very, I don't know, Valley Girl. I really don't care about this. I really don't want to be here. All coupled or put together in one. And that's what her voice sounds like. So, yeah. Okay. And then she doesn't know that the lawyer was trying to help himself and basically putting herself in a hole. And she didn't get that because they asked her, was he the one who set up your security system? And was he the one who did this and that and the other thing? And she kept saying, yeah, like whatever. But she was building a defense against her, not for him, against him. Okay. So I'm like, oh, that's kind of damning there. Okay. Then, the third case I'm following is the more local one to me, which is the Georgia law student case. Okay, now I said that as of yesterday, which was day 6, I really felt like the defendant shouldn't be the defendant in this case because I feel like the state doesn't have any real evidence against the defendant. They have a lot more evidence. If they would have done the problem with the third case is I don't feel like they did a full and thorough investigation into it. And what I mean by that is full and thorough. Okay. Full means you look at all suspects and you see where the evidence leads you. Like I said before in the Karen Read case. Now, I know I said this, okay? But too many people, it feels like in my head, that too many people write a narrative of how they thought something went, and then they just go with that, and they don't follow the evidence. And wherever the evidence leads, it's like, okay, it's leading here, it's leading there. This person's a suspect. This person's a suspect. Okay, we can release this one because the evidence doesn't lead that way. They're not doing that. I feel like they had this guy who happens to be Black, African American. I'm not trying to be whatever to anybody in that race. Whatever kind of terminology you want me to use, that's what I mean, okay? I don't mean any disrespect. But they took this guy who they wanted to, feels like they wanted to convict him, and this was their chance to do it. Because to me, as of yesterday, all the evidence they put out yesterday leads to the ex-boyfriend. Now, in this case, we're not trying to prove guilt of the ex-boyfriend. We're trying to prove, or we're trying to get beyond a reasonable doubt that the defendant is the one who did it. And I'm telling you right now, I don't think they have evidence beyond a reasonable doubt that the defendant did it. Now, granted, My opinion and my viewpoint may change given more evidence, but at this point, this is where I am. So there you go. 3 cases in one video. Bye, everybody.